screen, this is the terminal. And if I type ls, you see all the source code there. I'm going to type make and hit enter. It's going to compile and run it. Now what you see here is my chess game. It's in this window. The window is a square because that's the way chess is. And if you haven't seen this before, here's what you need to see. I still may do some changes to the information displayed in the terminal. However, this is a complete chess game, but you have to play with yourself because, you know, there's no artificial intelligence. If you want artificial intelligence, go to chess.com or lichess.com, or, you know, play on your preferred chess game if you want artificial intelligence or if you want to play with other humans. However, this chess game is meant to be a teaching tool, and I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you you can do all kinds of cool things. All the captures as well as highlights are possible. It shows you, but en passant is even possible. It doesn't show you that en passant is possible, but en passant actually does work. So, and other minor things such as castling also work. Of course, this game doesn't really enforce check, at least not yet. But and also, okay, so this is kind of funny. Because it doesn't check if the king is in check, it does let you castle into check. So it doesn't follow the rules of chess exactly, because I don't feel the need to bother with all of that. In fact, you can capture the king, and the game still keeps on going. So white has no king now, but the game can still go on. So that's it. In a way, that's kind of fun. I feel like that kind of makes it, you know, unique a little bit. So that's funny. But if at any time you want to reset the game, all you do is press the R key, and the game resets to exactly the way it was at the very start. But tonight I added a feature. I added the saving and reloading ability. So I'm going to demonstrate why this is important. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up the Queen's Gambit. We got both Queen's pawns, and then white moves its bishop's pawn there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press 1, and notice in the text terminal it says state 1 selected. I've selected state 1 by pressing 1, and then I press I, and I've saved that state. So check this out. Now this is where it gets interesting. So let's say that black decides to accept the gambit, you know, and then the game goes on, you know, some things happen. But what if we want to rewind to before black accepted the gambit? Well, I press P, and I've loaded state 1. And so now black has the opportunity to, for example, do the Slav defense. That's one popular response where that pawn moves there, this pawn captures this, and then this pawn captures it back. That's one possible, but we can rewind back to before anything happened. Rewind back to the Queen's Gambit position, and instead, black this time plays Queen's Gambit declined. That's actually cool. And then you end up with a similar thing happening. White captures that pawn, black captures back. So we end up with a similar but different position. Because I wrote this chess game as a way of showcasing my favorite chess openings, that is why I had to add saving and loading. So state 1 contains the Queen's Gambit position. And I know the chess pieces look a little bit weird. I was trying to go with a purely black and white theme. So I don't know, maybe it needs some adjustments. So what I'm going to do is we have the Queen's Gambit position there. Let's select state 2, and let's have that be the Queen's Gambit accepted position. So we're going to save state 2. Then let's select state 1 and rewind to there. So check this out. The state 1's loaded, it goes to that position. State 2 is loaded, Queen's Gambit accepted. State 1, yeah. Let's select state 3 and try to load state 3. Oops, state 3 has not been saved yet. Nothing to load. So you can only load a state if you have saved a state. And this allows me to showcase my favorite openings. So so now let's rewind back to this position, and let's look at the Slav defense. Or actually, first let's look at Queen's Gambit declined, and that's going to be state 3. Let's go back to state 1 and do the Slav defense, and we're going to select state 4. All right. So now here's the different positions. These are the main lines, okay? So state 1, Queen's Gambit position. State 2, Queen's Gambit accepted. State 3, we're going to load that. That's Queen's Gambit decline. And state 4, the Slav defense. So these 4 positions, I can cycle between them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, that's the cool thing. So now this is a chess game. You can save and load it from any position. And you may notice something. So look at this one more time. Notice that the gray square is on the piece that had just moved. So whatever piece had just moved, that's where the gray square is. And why is that? Well, because when you play this game, whatever you have clicked and turns gray, including moving a piece, that turns gray. So you can play a complete game. You can do all kinds of stupid stuff. You know, you could just totally give up your queen, but you can always reload to that position. So what's cool about this, and I like this setup, is the text terminal is designed to tell me information about the square that was clicked and its coordinates and Cartesian geometry. And it tells me which state is selected and which is loaded. So now I have a complete chess game. So technically 2 human players could play this, that if they were sitting right next to each other. So I've made my own virtual chessboard, but the ability to save and reload the state at any time is a very useful feature, and I just added it to my game. In the past 2 hours I've been working on trying to get the saving right, but I finally achieved it. But remember, if you ever wanted to start a new game, press R, the game starts all over again. So this has been a little showcase of my chess game I made and the different possibilities of the Queen's Gambit opening, what may happen. So I really hope that somebody has enjoyed this short little demo video, and I'm going to make extensive backup of the source code, and I'm going to be republishing the Linux version of this to itch.io. So if anybody wants to experiment with this and saving loading different states, you'll need the Linux version, and I may update the Windows version later on, but I feel like I want to make major updates to it before I update the Windows version, because that's kind of a hassle. So I'm going to end this stream now, and I hope that somebody enjoys this chess game I have made. All right, goodbye everyone.